Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Thriving with S&M. So as you guys saw from our previous video, Dani already did her testimony. So on today's video I am going to be sharing mine. I'm gonna try to be as transparent as I can, but there is some things that I still want to keep for myself. I don't know, it's just kind of hard to say them out loud. Anyways, let's get started with this video. Whoa. So growing up, I really never had a relationship with God, and I didn't really went to church when I was little. I lived in Mexico with my grandparents, so the whole time I was with my grandparents really never went to church, or they would go to the misa. No, it was nothing special, nothing. It was just like going. I was 11. One of the ministros that attends to church, he started coming to our house doing some cell groups, and that's how my dad was able to get to know the Lord. My mom, in the other hand, she was still tied up with her church. She still wanted to go to the church she was going. She didn't want to change, and I didn't want her to change because that's the atmosphere, that's the life that I already knew. And sometimes that change is scary. It's very scary, but it was one of the best changes that my family has ever done. So my mom finally agreed to go to church with my dad because my dad was the first one that started going to church. My mom agreed, and obviously they had to take me along the way. When we first started going to church, it was a little different, a little hard, because the way they dressed was different. The way they talked, the way they act was so different, such a different atmosphere than what I knew. And it was kind of scary. I mean, I was 11 years old. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, I didn't know how they acted. It was a little scary. The first few years that I started going to church, it was a little hard. There was some things along the way that happened, and it kind of threw me off. For a while, I didn't want to go to church. There was just too many problems going on in my personal life and in my church personal life that I kind of pushed away. It was very difficult because there was a point in my life where I had no one to talk to in church. I was lonely. I was the girl that was always sitting next to her mom. I was the girl that wouldn't attempt youth services or junior services at that time. I was just there. They would be like, "Hey Mitzi, you want to come?" I was like, "Nope, I'm good here with my mom. I'm good." It was lonely for a few months. For at the beginning, stuff happened that kind of led me through that. Yeah, there was a point that I had no one to talk to. Around that time, I got a job that required me to work the weekends, and I did. I got the job, and it was literally happiness to me because it required me to work Sundays, and I was trying to avoid the church simply because I had nobody to talk to. I was alone. I was like, what am I even doing here? Like I'm not gonna talk to no one. So I got this job at a store, and I started working Sundays. And sorry mom, I can't go to church today, I have to work. That was kind of my excuse for months. So for about a whole year, that was literally my excuse. I can't go to church because I'm working. The reason that I took that job was because I was lonely at church. I had nobody to talk to. There was problems going on that involved me, and it was a little bit embarrassing, just being the youth in there, sitting at the back of the church with nobody to talk to, always with your mom. But after that year, I kind of started going to church again every Sunday. Obviously, the first Sundays I was the lonely girl again. I was sitting with my mom. Little by little, some youth started talking to me, and I got invited to the activities. And I remember there was this one year in camp where I had to beg. I literally had to beg one of my friends. She doesn't go to church, but I begged her. I was like, please go with me. I have nobody to go with. like, please, like, I'll even pay for you, like, please go with me. And she did. She went to the camp with me. I don't remember exactly what year that was, but it was a blessing. I got to talk to some youth. I still didn't know the Lord that well. I was just, going to church because I was just following the flow, following the crowd. I went to church, or I went to camp, sorry. I came back, regular thing, the girl next to her mom. Started going to more youth activities. I started talking to more people. And then the leader at that time, he needed help in church. And he saw that I was getting a little bit more involved, and he asked me to help him. I became the secretary of the youth that year or the following year. I don't remember exactly, but I started helping in church, which was exactly what I needed. I needed for somebody to believe in me, for somebody to, put me to serve. I needed somebody to push me, to give me the little push. And this amazing leader did. He gave me the push. I was a secretary for the youth for a while. It was such a blessing. I started getting closer to the youth. I started getting closer to God myself. The next year around, camp came, and I went, but on my own. I didn't needed somebody to be there for backup. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go look for the Lord. I wanna have this relationship with God, therefore I'm gonna go. So I went to church, or sorry, I went to camp, and that year God touched me tremendously. I can't even explain the feeling that when I went to the altar, the feeling of when it's just you and God. Like, you literally forget about everything else and you're just there with God. You're feeling his presence, you're crying your eyes out, and you're just, asking for the Lord for forgiveness, stuff like that. And this testimony is kind of the church personal side, not my personal side. On my personal side, around that time, I was obviously going to high school, and like a little bit of Saskia testimony. I was that rebel girl, I didn't want to be called a Christian girl. Yes, I cussed. I didn't care. And I was a little bully in school. I was bullied in school. It was a little hard. God came through. He got me out of the darkness and brought me to the light. After that first moment with God at camp, after that I started getting closer. I started motivating myself, like, I can't wait for the next camp. I can't wait for the next service. I can't wait for this because I'm gonna go and experience something beautiful with God. I started going to more activities. I met amazing friends, amazing people. After that, a year and a half ago maybe, I was given the opportunity to serve in my sector, and I can't thank the people that believed in me enough. I didn't believe in myself at that time, but I think that was one of my mistakes, because I need to believe in myself before anybody does. And I'm just here to tell you that Jesus loves you. Like I said, he got me out of the darkness and brought me to the light because he loved me. He chose me. He loves you too, and you're gifted. And even if you don't think you're worthy, God has something amazing for you. It's just his time. His timing is perfect. Okay? You just have to wait for his timing. Because throughout this whole journey that I was going through in my personal life, this testimony was kind of in my church personal life, not in my personal life, because I'm just a little scared. I'm still a little scared to get out that side of me, because it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to be looked differently if I say what I've been through, because it's hard. Let's just say God is amazing. God is truly amazing. His timing is perfect. That's all I can say. There's been times where I've been stressed, like, God, answer me, like, why aren't you listening to me? And the he is. It's just me. I'm so impatient. A lot of people don't know about this, and it's kind of embarrassing, honestly. But the day that my senior year was very hard for me. Throughout the whole year, I didn't do anything. No work. I was just chilling. Literally, I was just chilling. I didn't do anything. I was not gonna graduate. And like at that time, I was like, whatever. I was like, I know I'm gonna graduate. I'm just, I left everything last minute, which was my mistake. So like the last 3 months before graduation, I had to stay after school every day just so I could catch up. That wasn't enough because the day of my graduation, I walked with my classmates, but I never got my diploma. I walked with them, but I didn't really graduate. I think a month after I walked, I took an exam. It was only like a one-time opportunity. A one-time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that one-time opportunity. I went, did this exam. I just needed one exam, one requirement to graduate. And this, like, God had given me this one opportunity to tighten up. I went and did the exam, and God was amazing. I passed this exam and I got my diploma 1 month after my graduation. And not only that, I got my diploma, but I also got a certificate for office management. Like I said, God's timing is perfect. But I don't want to make this video too long. Like, I have so much more stuff. Like, I can literally go for hours talking to you about my testimony, about what I've been through. So, okay, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna be reading the Bible verse of the day, and it is in James 4:7, and the word of God says, submit yourself then to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Okay, and now I'm gonna be reading it in Spanish, Santiago 4:7, y dice, someteos pues a Dios, resistid al diablo y huirá de vosotros. So with that being said, thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, turn your post notification on. And if you guys haven't checked out Saskia's video, make sure to go check it out. So with that being said, I'll see you guys on our next video.